said we out here grinding, we working. I said we out here grinding, we working. I said we out here grinding, we working. I said we out here grinding, we working. Tell me how to do it and I do. Fueling my ambition like I'm filling up a pool. Ain't my choice, but it's up to me to choose. Hammer out my goals like I'm working with my tools. On the same page like the headline knows. Even Jimmy Fallon couldn't shake me out my roots. Best foot forward like we dancing with a groove. We gon' stay grinding till we all make a move. Hey guys, Mrs. Wight here. Happy Career Talk Tuesday, or for some of you, Career Talk Thursday, depending on when you're going to watch this video. This week, we have an assortment of speakers that are involved in some capacity in what I'm calling the business field. I'm not going to speak for long today because I believe I have 5 speakers for you, and I want you to be able to use all your time listening to them instead of me. But just quickly, I believe we have a recruiter, so someone that is helping other people find jobs. We have a couple people involved in finance or the financial aspect of business, parts of the company or organization that deals with money. We have an executive assistant, and we have someone that works in human resources and helps to relocate individuals in her company when they have to move to a different state or country to change jobs and things like that. When I think of business, I think of pretty much anything and everything, because behind every idea or service or product, there's a business. Someone is behind the scenes, making that product, developing that idea, marketing the service that they want to sell, things like that. And I could have gotten you thousands of speakers to talk about business. We could talk about entrepreneurship, which means an everyday person came up with this idea and they are starting a business from scratch. So they're not working for Walmart or Target or Kodak or Xbox. They are starting their own business. If you live in Allentown, like Mrs. Wight does, maybe you've heard of the Utter Bar, and it's the ice cream parlor over in the West End. And I didn't even ask them if I could market for them like this. But they were a family, or they are a family, that started an ice cream shop. They started their own small ice cream shop from scratch. They had to do research to figure out how they were going to make the ice cream and where they'd get the ingredients from and what they would sell it for so that they could make a profit. All of those things. They're entrepreneurs because they started from scratch. They had this idea, and they're not part of this big corporate sector. Those really big stores that you think of, they're not part of that. So they're starting all by themselves from scratch, so that makes them an entrepreneur. We could have gone that avenue. I could have gone completely finance and just had people on the video today to talk about how they deal with different budgets and allocating funds in businesses. So where they're getting money from, what they use that money for, how they make sure that they have enough money to pay the employees, things like that. I could have had marketing come on. I just said a little bit like, I didn't market for the Utter Bar, or I didn't plan to. Those are people that are usually really creative, and they spend their whole career figuring out how to get their ideas and services and products into our hands as everyday people. So they work on ads, so advertising, or making commercials, or billboards, things like that. Sometimes they do videos or radio interviews. Sometimes they help design like the picture on the front of a box for what they're selling because it needs to look appealing so that someone buys it. We could have done marketing like that.
in every business, or in, I guess, every large business, and small businesses, but maybe not a human resource department. In businesses, there's something called human resources, and that is the department that handles payroll, so people getting paid, and qualifications to make sure that they're hiring people and they're allowed to be hired for that job. The benefits, so health insurance and retirement. Sometimes they're responsible for firing people or laying them off if they don't have enough positions. We could have done a whole week just on human resources. But truly, businesses are all around us. You probably hear a lot about supporting local business, or businesses might be struggling right now because of everything going on in the world with the COVID-19. So a lot of businesses are trying to change how they do business. Usually you might go into the store, like the Udder Bar, to get ice cream. Right now, we're not going into the Udder Bar. We're ordering online, and then they bring it to our car. Or they might not be making as much money as they were before for their businesses. So they're trying to figure out how they can market maybe to new customers to get more revenue. So they want to bring in new customers or more customers to make sales, so that they can have enough money, in that finance department to pay their employees in the human resource department, so that everyone is, happy and healthy and taken care of. That's really important. And businesses range. There are nonprofit businesses. Those businesses are ones that work to not get richer and richer. They work to make enough money just to sustain their company. Then we've got businesses that like to make more money and they want to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And those are more of the businesses that you're probably used to hearing about. Walmart, Target, Amazon, things like that. Then we have those small businesses, like I was saying, Udder Bar and some of the other local restaurants around here, things like that, that are small. They're not really, really big. They don't have a ton of employees, and they usually have maybe like one or two small locations, and that's it. A really cool thing just to touch on for a second, next week or the week after, I will have a business owner on, and he's an entrepreneur, so he's going to talk a little bit about that. But it's really neat to think about all of the kids that are starting businesses these days. So if you have some free time after you're done with the video today, and your grown-ups let you, hop on Google or hop on YouTube and do a quick search for kid entrepreneurs or kid businesses. And you'll see a ton of different kids that had ideas and they figured out a way to start their own business as kids. So they are marketing and they have their product or their service and they're making money. So that's left over after they pay all of their bills. So it's really cool to think about kids just like you coming up with these ideas and starting their own businesses. That also might be something you're interested in right now while you're at home and you finish all of your Odyssey work, you're done on Lexia or Prodigy for the week, and you think, maybe I should start a business. So I would love to hear about your business ideas. I'm sure the counselors, the rest of the counselors in the district would also love to hear about them. And I'm sure your teachers and grown-ups would also be super interested to hear your ideas for what kind of businesses you would like to start. As always, counselor contact info and coordinating pictures are on the last slide so that you know who to contact if you have any questions. And as always, I say, it's not just about careers or schoolwork or anything like that. If you need any help or have any concerns, please reach out to us as the school counselor so that we can help. All right, enjoy the video and I will see you next week.
Hi everyone, my name is Michelle DeChico. Some of my friends call me Shelly, and I wanted to introduce myself to you today as a senior recruiter. That is the title of my job, And that means I help people get jobs. And I've been a recruiter for most of my career, which is a very long time. I graduated from West Virginia University with my bachelor's degree in English and Communications. And basically, I didn't know what I wanted to do after I graduated. So really, the job more or less found me. All I knew is I wanted to help people somehow, some way, and I felt like being able to understand all types of professions out there, whether it was manufacturing or working in a bank or helping people sell products. I knew that I wanted to help them find the right career for them. So I chose being a recruiter. And now I work for a company called Cielo, but my client is a company called Sanofi. And Sanofi is a life sciences pharmaceuticals firm, and they also help with consumer healthcare products, which means that the pharmaceutical side is where you get medicine from different pharmacies like a CVS or Walgreens, which is special made medicine. And then the other side of the house is consumer healthcare products, which are products that you can buy like at the store, over the counter. OTC is what they call them. And those products are like Allegra, which helps a lot of people feel better about their allergies. There's other products out there called Gold Bond, they make a lot of hand lotion. And especially today when we're washing our hands so much, we have dry, cracked hands. The Gold Bond hand lotions are fantastic. So I'm really, really proud to work for a company called Sanofi, or like Sanofi, especially today, where they are helping find cures, even for COVID-19. We have vaccines that we're currently working on. We have medicines that we're currently working on, and there's parts of the drug development process where I find professionals to help with those processes. Even like attorneys, where once they make a drug, how does it get out to the public? So the attorneys and the lawyers have to help with all of that information to be able to make it safe for patients to be able to take these medicines. And some other positions I help with are scientists, super smart people that know how to find these certain medicines and cures and drug development. I also find opportunities for folks that are field sales representatives. They help sell these products into the stores and are able to market these types of products. But at the end of the day, Sanofi is a fantastic organization where we are all trying to help our patients' lives and just make them feel better. And so if I have a little part in that, even if it's just to find the person with the right experience, the right blend of skill set, the right education, the right formal education, the right trainings that they have, and the right certifications. That can be sometimes challenging, finding the right match, making the best match for the candidate, who are the people that are looking for work, and then my client, the company who's looking for the right background. So we do have a lot of tools that we use to find the right people, but it can be challenging sometimes. If it was easy, then anybody can do it. But I didn't have to. I didn't have to get a certain training or a certain degree, I should say, but I've been doing this for a very long time, and I feel very comfortable really just trying to understand what the client wants and then understand what our candidates want. So I'm really proud to be helping others find the right blend, the right career for them, and hopefully they're happy with the way that I've helped, shepherd them along and make the best match for everyone. Because at the end of the day, we're just trying to make people feel better, and I'm really proud to be a part of that world. So everybody stay healthy, stay well, wash your hands, and I hope I helped you understand what a senior recruiter does. Bye.
Hi everyone, my name is Kathleen Oswald and I am an executive assistant at PPL. I assist the Global Chief Compliance Officer and the Chief Information Security Officer. Basically, what I do is I help very important people at PPL stay on task. I help schedule their meetings. I help all of their direct reports and the people who report to them meet with them, make sure that they have everything they need. I also make sure that everything is appropriate on their calendar and make sure that everything that needs to be done is getting done. I basically keep them on task, which is very important because sometimes when you're really, really important and busy, you can get off task and forget so many things. So I am the one who makes them remember everything. I'm essential because what they do is very important. So me keeping them on task is also very, very important. At PPL, we basically keep your lights on. The Global Chief Compliance Officer makes sure that everyone's behaving correctly and following the rules. The Chief Information Security Officer makes sure that no one is being bad on the internet, basically, that the internet is staying safe. So those are two very important things. So me keeping them on task is super, super important. I don't know that I really chose to be an executive assistant, to be honest, but I fell into it and I'm super, super glad I did. I have a 4-year degree, I have a bachelor degree, but I think a lot of times with becoming an executive assistant, it's all about experience. The more people you assist, the better you are at your job. You have to have a lot of confidence, you have to be super good at communicating, and you have to be very, very organized. You have to be able to speak your mind and know what you're talking about and not be nervous around leaders. You have to be a leader yourself. I really like being a partner with someone. So I know that my bosses rely on me, and that makes me feel good knowing that what I do helps them do their job better. And then it helps you guys keep your lights on, which is super, super important. It can be super challenging because I am on call all the time. So if they need me, I need to pick up my phone and I need to take care of it. I book a lot of travel. So sometimes when they're traveling and they have a travel problem, who do you think they're calling? It's me. And I have to help them last minute. So I might be at a dinner having a great time and my boss is flying somewhere and having an issue and boom, I have to leave dinner to go take care of the problem. So it's also about thinking on your feet, just so you know. So I'd say that's a challenge. But at PPO, I think it's important that we're all still working because we all want to keep your lights on, right? And keep the power going. So I hope that you all are staying safe and being healthy and happy. And hey, if you want to be an executive assistant, I highly recommend it. I really do. People might knock assistants, but to me, it's a very, very important job and one that I'm really, really, really happy that I have. Be well.
Hello, everyone. My name is Chris Hoos, and I am a senior associate for the ACO company. The title itself is pretty vague, but what I do or what we do is help provide financial counseling and education services to our clients and customers. So this has to do with helping them accomplish goals or tasks that they want to do with their money. This could be things like funding their children's education in college, or saving for retirement, investing in the stock market, and many other things. My job is considered essential because regardless of what goes on in the world, People will always need guidance or help with their money and decisions that they make with it. So even though society and jobs and rules and people change, their goals are going to change as well to match and reflect that. So we need to be there to help support them with whatever tasks they may have. So right now, I do have the ability to work from home, which has been nice, and the flexibility has been extremely helpful. I chose this career because I thought that it was something that I was pretty good at. In high school, I won a Business Student of the Year award, and from then on, I thought that it would be something that I could choose as a career and do going forward. I also had an amazing business teacher that helped push me and guide me in the right direction to accomplish what I wanted to. So I'd really like to thank her for that as well. I also found it very satisfying, even early on in my career, to be able to help change someone's life for the better in some way. It helped me feel a sense of purpose and really made me feel like I chose the right thing to do. As far as job requirements are concerned, the one thing that I would say is actually required are passing a series of federal finance exams that actually allow you to work in the industry and to do certain things like trade in the stock market. What I like about my job really goes back to why I chose it. So I just find it very rewarding to have some sort of impact on someone's life and to be able to help them accomplish their goals. But even with all those things that I like, there are a number of challenges that come with my job as well. So one is dealing with an always changing economy. So especially like in times like these, people may begin to worry or panic because of things they may see or hear on TV or from the news or even from friends and family in regards to money. And sometimes this can make people make fast impulse decisions that could potentially not be the best for them. But that is where we can step in, make sure they feel supported, informed, and confident to make the right decision. Another challenge is that the government has the power to change or make laws that impact what people can do and can't do with their money. So these have to be strictly followed. As with any other rule or law that is in place, there are consequences if they are not followed. So those should always be avoided. What I want people to know about my superhero friends and coworkers right now is that we are all a team, regardless of job, industry, position, whatever it may be. From what I've seen and encountered, they work tirelessly to perform at the highest level when the country and the world may be anything but that. Yes, they put in countless hours of hard work and dedication to keep the country and the world going. And for that, they deserve the utmost gratitude and appreciation. So I'd like to first start by thanking them. Thank you so very much. And I'd also like to thank you for the time. So I hope that you stay safe and stay healthy. Take care.
Hello everyone, my name is Barb Colvin. I work in human resources for a global biotech company who specializes in the treatment and development of new therapies for patients around the world. My job title is Senior Manager of Global Employee Services. In my role, I am the global leader responsible for relocation, which is the movement of people from one location to another, immigration, which provides our employees with the authorization to live and work in other countries other than their home country, and I'm also responsible for a wonderful team of women in our My HR group who provide global employee services to our employees around the world. My job is considered essential because I am responsible for the safety, well-being, and protection of many of our employees around the world. By providing employees with these services, I can ensure that our patients are receiving their much-needed treatment in order to remain healthy during these unprecedented times. I chose this career because I'm a natural caregiver. I love helping people and their families. I enjoy facing and overcoming challenges, as sometimes we can face very difficult situations in the work that I do. I wanted to work in the biotech industry because medicine has helped so many people that I love, and it's helped them to live longer and healthier lives. I also chose this career because I enjoy being a leader. I not only get to lead amazing programs and work with global leaders, but I also get to lead an amazing team of women who are seen as thought leaders and experts in the work that they do. I have spent a lot of time in training sessions that specialize in market practices for global mobility and legal requirements that we face in immigration. I believe that my college education has helped me to reach my goals, and my master's degree in human resources management has helped to accelerate my success. I have been able to network with other professionals, which has provided me with wonderful friends and resources when I need help thinking through some of the challenges that I face. Some of those challenges that I face in my career are really in the area of immigration law. When you are moving individuals into a country where they do not have the authorization to work or live, you need to know the laws and the requirements that must be followed in order to get our employees and their families safely into those countries. These laws can change daily or weekly, and it's really up to me and my team to ensure that we are aware and informed about all of these laws, because safety is our number one priority. My friends and colleagues are spending every day working hard for our patients. Not only are these patients who are battling cancer, but also patients being impacted by the current pandemic of the coronavirus. They're working hard to keep people all around the world healthy and to provide them with continuous access to their medicines. Our patients are the reason why we come to work every day. I want to thank Mrs. Wight for the opportunity to share my career with you. Each and every one of you can do whatever you put your mind to. I am so proud of all the hard work that you're doing and that you'll continue to do for the rest of this school year. Thank you for allowing me to be part of your learning, and I wish you all of the success in the world. Have a great summer.
Hi, my name is Jessie. I'm the accounting manager at a local nonprofit healthcare facility in Cincinnati, Ohio, a little bit far away from you guys. So my job entails tracking all the money that comes in or goes out of my organization. Money that comes in is called revenue. Revenue for our organization is the donations that we get from private citizens, the donations that we get from other nonprofits, and the money that we get from insurance companies and patients to pay for the visits that they come in for to see our doctors and our nurse practitioners. Our expenses range from the utilities to pay the gas and electric and telephone bill, but they also pay for the supplies that the doctors and nurses need, such as the PPE, the personal protective equipment, such as masks and gloves and cleaning supplies, so that everybody can stay safe through this pandemic, and from prior to this, from the other germs that are in the world. So we purchase all of those items and we pay for those items, and through those processes of buying and paying for, we're tracking the expenses to determine where they're used and for what possible programs that they might be used for if they were used for a specific program at one of our healthcare facilities. So we take all of that information and it's all tracked. And then the big portion of what I do is I make sure that it is tracked correctly. But I also take that information and I put it in a way that others in the organization can understand where we got money, how much money we received, and then also how much and where we spent money, so that we can ensure that our organization continues to make money, so that we can reinvest that money into our mission and our organization. I have a college degree, and most accountants do have college degrees. There are other jobs within the finance and accounting world that you may not need a degree for. So my degree is in accounting from a small school in Pennsylvania. But there are other positions in organizations such as mine or larger organizations that you may not need a degree for. There are bookkeepers that do similar jobs to mine, possibly in smaller organizations that they get those jobs mostly through the experience of learning on the job. I chose accounting because it was very logical and there were a set rules that you follow in this job that you have to follow. These rules are actually called the generally accepted accounting principles. So having that set of rules and just the logics of how accounting works really spoke to me. My job is considered essential, but I'm able to work from home. So that keeps me safe and that keeps everybody else safe, that we don't share all the germs. So even though I am working from home, it is an essential job because what I'm doing is making sure that all the bills are paid and everybody has what they need to continue to serve and see our patients, and keep everybody safe while they're seeing our patients. My job, just like every job, has its challenges. So one challenge right now is just how we communicate. I'm not able to just walk down the hall and sit in somebody's office and have a conversation like I was able to 3 months ago. So we're all learning and trying to figure out the best ways through technology and video conferencing and texting more to communicate with each other. That's been a challenge, but we're all working through that. So the last thing that Miss Wight asked is about what I want to say to the superheroes that I work with. So I want to say thank you to all the healthcare workers, to our janitorial staff, to everybody that is going to work to see our patients and keeping them safe. They're all putting themselves at risk and still doing the great work that they've always done. And I don't know how thank you can be enough, but I hope it is. And if you know anybody that is working right now and putting themselves at risk, please say thank you. I hope that those 2 words will mean to them what I am intending, and just a complete heartfelt thank you. So enjoy the rest of your week.